Welcome to a deep dive into that really familiar feeling,
Mhm.
unmotivation, what we often just call laziness.
Mhm.
That
Mhm.
urge to put things off, to just,
Mhm.
yeah, not do the thing. I think we've all absolutely been there.
And what's really interesting right off the bat from the material is how it reframes it. It's saying, look, laziness often isn't the real problem.
Okay.
It's more of a symptom, a
Yeah.
completely normal human thing, like a signal, not some deep character flaw.
That's a really helpful way to look at it, actually.
Ah,
A signal. So our mission today is to dig into the strategies from this guide, figure out how to overcome those patterns, and we'll help you get things done.
sounds good.
So let's unpack some of those immediate changes suggested. The first one that kind of surprised me was how much our environment matters.
Oh, yeah, the physical space.
Exactly. We're talking visual clutter. The guide suggests a messy space isn't just, annoying. It actually drains your brain power.
Right. It forces your brain to process extra stuff, leading to decision fatigue even before you start the actual task. It's about setting the stage.
Setting the stage for success makes sense.
And beyond the physical space, there's the mental space too. The guide really emphasizes positive self-talk.
Hmm.
So instead of thinking, ugh, I'm so lazy, try reframing it. Maybe, okay, I clearly needed that rest. Now what's one small task I can tackle?
That internal cheerleader idea.
Exactly. You spend all day with yourself, might as well be supportive.
It's crucial. We can be so hard on ourselves.
Yeah.
But how do we figure out the real issue? If it's not laziness, what is it?
Well, the sources mention a technique like the 5 whys.
Okay.
So you ask, why am I putting this off? Maybe the answer is, I feel overwhelmed. Then, okay, why do I feel overwhelmed?
Keep digging.
Yeah, maybe I don't know where to start. And you keep going until you hit that root cause. Is it fear, exhaustion, lack of clarity?
That really forces you to confront it. It poses that question, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's really stopping you.
And once you have a better idea of that why, the material suggests mindfulness.
Okay, mindfulness. How does that fit in?
It's not about emptying your mind necessarily. It's more about grounding yourself. Focusing on, say, the feeling of your feet on the floor or the sounds around you.
Like using your senses.
Exactly. It pulls you out of worrying about the future or regretting the past, reduces that mental chatter that fuels procrastination.
Got it. So we've reframed laziness. We're working on the mindset. But then there's the doing. How do we actually get moving?
Right, the action part. The guide says, start now, even if it's tiny.
You start.
Yeah, and it introduces the 5-second rule. You know this one.
I've heard of it, yeah. Count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
Pretty much. The idea is it short circuits that part of your brain that wants to overthink and resist. It gives you just enough time to start moving before doubt kicks in.
Bypasses the hesitation. Interesting.
Yeah, it's a neat little brain hack. And building on that start small idea, definitely break down big goals.
Well, for sure. That research paper example.
Exactly. Don't think, write the whole paper. Think, choose a topic, then find 3 sources, then write the outline. Small, manageable steps.
And a checklist helps, right? Seeing the progress.
Absolutely. Ticking things off provides a real psychological boost. Builds momentum.
Okay, and what about just pure energy levels? Sometimes you just feel drained.
Well, the simple stuff matters. Getting out of bed when the alarm goes off.
Ugh, the snooze button is tempting, though.
It is. That's why they suggest putting the alarm across the room. You have to get up.
Forces the issue.
And for more sustained energy, the big one is exercise.
Right, the physical activity link.
Yeah, the material really highlights how exercise doesn't just boost physical energy, it sharpens your mind, improves mood. It mentions aiming for about 150 minutes of moderate exercise a week.
And that reader poll you mentioned found that mental and physical health was a top priority for a lot of people.
Yeah, 58%. It shows people recognize that connection.
Okay, so we're moving, we're energized.
Yeah.
How do we keep it going? Avoid falling back into old habits.
Rewards. The guide stresses rewarding yourself, even for small wins.
Like what? A movie night. Favorite snack.
Yeah, anything that feels like a genuine treat. It creates this positive feedback loop in your brain, makes the effort feel worthwhile.
Nice. Positive reinforcement.
Beyond immediate rewards, keep reminding yourself why you're doing it. Why do these goals matter to you?
Connect back to the bigger picture.
Exactly. Visualize success. Picture yourself 6 months from now, a year, 5 years, having achieved it. The sources say this isn't just daydreaming, it actually activates similar brain pathways to real achievement.
Makes your brain more ready for action.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And remember that quote? Success is like 99% work, only 1% talent. It's about consistent effort.
Wow. Okay. This deep dive really shows it's not just about trying harder. It's It's about understanding the real reasons behind feeling stuck and using these concrete strategies.
Yeah.
Organizing your space, changing self-talk, the 5-second rule, breaking things down rewards.
It all connects,
Mhm.
but knowledge is only powerful when you use it, right? So the real question for you listening is, based on what we've talked about and thinking about the deeper reason for your procrastination, what's one small thing, one immediate action you can take, like right now?